How to create frequency so magnetic that your goals actually chase you. A lot of people believe that they have to work so hard and go through a lot of pain and a lot of force in order to materialize what they want in the world. It takes blood, sweat and tears to get to any goal. If they're not working hard, if they're not grinding, if they're not operating from force, then it's not worth it. And a lot of the time this is very unproductive. Think of a goal you want right now, whether it's a number of clients you want to have, a revenue goal you're looking to hit, more freedom in your life. Why haven't you got it right now? It's because you've been trying to achieve goals all wrong. There's probably things that you've been wanting for months now, or maybe even years. Goals that you've been striving to hit for such a long time, but you still don't have them. They just always seem out of reach. No matter what you change or what you do, you still can't hit them. And that's because you're trying to hit them backwards. The way you're trying to achieve them has been so wrong. There is a way to achieve any goal you want that is actually easy. It feels really good. You feel really good. You feel in flow state. You feel so abundant. You feel so happy. You feel so much joy. And I am going to be teaching you that way today. I'm going to break it down in such a way that so many things are just going to click for you after watching this video. So many light bulbs are going to go off. You are going to be able to operate as a completely different version of yourself after watching this video. And again, these are the exact shifts I made around a year and a half ago that's allowed me to achieve absolutely every single goal that's ever came into my head. I sold out a retreat in Bali and flew 10 women over, hit 30 grand a month in my business, which to me 3 years ago would have never thought that was possible. But I achieved that not by working more, but by applying these principles. I hosted 3 masterminds, 2 in Marbella and 1 in Ireland. I work with my absolute dream clients, and most importantly, I'm living a life that I'm jumping out of bed excited to wake up for each day. And that is my entire mission. It's to help as many founders as possible feel that sense of jumping out in the bed in the morning excited to start your day, knowing exactly what you need to do to progress and to achieve any singular goal you want. So if you are an entrepreneur who's stuck at 5 or 6 figures and you want to break through, you can book a free call with me in the description. But back to the video. I completely changed my identity and changed my frequency, and hitting all of those goals is a byproduct of doing that. And this shift is available to everyone. It's instant. Every single person watching this video right now can achieve absolutely any goal they want without pain and without suffering. But you have to operate from the right state. Tony Robbins always said state, then story, and then strategy. You can have all the strategy in the world, but if you're operating from the wrong state, that will never allow you to materialize goals that are actually going to be fulfilling. The right frequency, the magnetic frequency, is what we're going to learn to operate on from today. And once you can crack this, it's like your goals start to chase you. You just have to show up as the magnetic version of yourself in that frequency, and everything you want comes to you. It is literally inevitable that you will hit any singular goal that you want from this frequency and from this state of being. And before we get into it, there's an analogy I always come back to, and it's that life is a mirror. Your external reality, which is what's around you right now, the friends you're around, the place you're living, the income you're making, that is all a reflection of your thoughts, beliefs, and your inner world. And you wouldn't look in a mirror and try to change the reflection. You change yourself, and then the mirror reflects something back differently to you then. When you change your mindsets, your standards, and the way you view yourself, everything around you will start responding to you differently. You no longer need to force or chase or put a load of pressure on yourself, and you stop trying to make things happen from a place of lack. And if you actually apply everything I'm going to tell you in this video and embody it consistently, you are going to see the biggest change you have ever seen in your life and in your reality. By the end of this video, you're going to have exactly what you need to operate on the right frequency that's going to help you achieve all your goals and every single one of your desires. And you no longer need to chase or force or put pressure on yourself. You are going to be the person that all your desires and all your goals are naturally drawing to. So let's get into it. A lot of people think that manifestation is about physical change, and it's about changing the world around us. Oh, I'm going to manifest a new job, or I'm going to manifest more money, or I'm going to manifest all these things in 3D. That's not what manifestation is. Manifestation is about changing yourself, and as a byproduct of that, the world around you will change. All manifestation is changing your internal world. First thing we need to know is that every single thing we want, whether it's more money, more clients, more followers, love, a partner, whatever it may be, we never want any of those things. Our brain fools us into thinking that we want those things. But what we're really chasing is we're chasing the feeling that we think that those things are going to give us. So we don't want more money because we want more money. We want more money because we want more freedom. We want to feel more secure. We want to feel more abundant. We want to feel more relaxed, more at ease. It's all feelings that we're chasing. Again, we don't want more clients because we want more clients. We want more clients because we want to feel good enough. We want to feel more validated, more successful. We want to feel like we're making more of an impact, whatever it may be. And again, we don't want more followers on Instagram because we want more followers. We want more followers to feel more successful, more external validation, like we're making more of an impact, whatever feelings that you are associating with the goal. And when you really think about it, you wouldn't want any of these goals if it wasn't going to change the way you're going to feel. And the thing is, it's almost like a paradox, because when we're wanting things and we're desperately chasing things, that is putting us in a state of lack. And lack equals energetic space between us and our goals. People who need things never ever get things. If you even think about it in terms of a partner, if you feel desperation of someone and they need you to be happy and they need you to feel good, that is going to repel most people away. Every time you want something and you want it desperately, energetically. You are creating energetic space between you and your goals. Even think about it in terms of sales calls. If you're jumping on calls and you really need to close a prospect, your energy is going to be absolutely reeking of lack and desperation, and that's going to repel the client away. Whereas if you're jumping on sales calls and you're detached, you already know you have enough, you're so abundant, and you're operating from that state, people will be drawn to you and they'll be magnetized towards you. So there's two helmets, and you can only ever be wearing one helmet at a time. Obviously, you can't be wearing two helmets at the one time. This is terrible. Don't know what the hell that is. Let's say, oh, why did I draw a smiley face in it? All right, so this is you right here. And you can only wear one helmet at a time. First helmet is wanting, and the second helmet is having. Wearing the having helmet makes you magnetic towards every single goal you want. The person who wants for nothing gets everything. And when you realize that anything that you're chasing externally is only what you're lacking internally, things change. You're able to give yourself everything that you are lacking. You have that ability. If you are able to cultivate and give yourself the feeling as if your desired reality has already happened. For an example, if you want to make 10k extra this month, if you're able to cultivate those feelings inside you now and convince yourself and visualize as if that goal is already achieved, you are in a seat of having, and that is going to make you magnetic to your goals, because you're not operating from lack, from wanting, from desperation, from pressure, from force, from all these repelling emotions. When you can operate from a state of having, that is when your goals will start to chase you. If you are in the state of wanting, that is going to be when you are feeling like a lot of pressure, a lot of force, a lot of negative emotion. And that's going to put us in a place of needing. And needing equals desperate energy, and that repels. The paradox is you can't have anything you need. If you need it, you're not going to have it. But you can have anything that you don't need. So when you're sitting in this helmet over this side, you get everything you want and your goals start to come to you. So how do we stick this helmet of having on as much as possible? And how can we operate from that state of abundance and from that state of feeling like we need nothing? We need to operate from the magnetic frequency. So what is frequency? Let's talk a little bit on that. So there's a couple of component parts that make up frequency. Frequency, first of all, I'm just going to go through them one by one. There's 7 parts that equal our frequency. So part number 1 in terms of what makes up our frequency is our beliefs. So our beliefs are simply what we believe to be true. Example, you might believe to be true that clients are very rare, that people don't have any money to spend, that there's a recession, that no one's going to invest in you, that the industry is slow at the moment. You might have those beliefs which are going to hold you back, and they come from a place of lack. Or you can have the beliefs that there's so much money in the world and so many people are willing to invest and everyone wants to level up and everyone wants to grow and there's no better time to get into the online space, so everyone's willing to invest in themselves. So with beliefs, you want to do an audit and make sure that every belief you hold either contribute or reflect your desired reality. So again, just do a little audit on what you've been telling yourself, what beliefs are coming up for you, and why would you fight yourself? So a lot of people, what they do is they kind of argue with themselves in their heads against what they want to be true. So for an example, someone might want to charge 3k for 3 months, and then they're arguing with themselves in their head and they're saying, oh, but no one would pay that. Oh, but that's so much money to invest in a fitness coach. Why would you argue against what you want to be facts? Because the only truth in life is what our subconscious mind believes to be true. So if you believe and you can convince yourself that people are more than happy to pay that much money for your services, you will find people who will pay that for your services. But if you're fighting with yourself and you're convincing yourself otherwise, you're convincing yourself that people won't afford that or they won't pay that, that's going to be your truth and that's going to be your reality. So make sure your beliefs either contribute or reflect your desired reality. The second thing that makes up our frequency is our emotionally charged thoughts. So our emotionally charged thoughts is our thoughts that make us feel intense emotion. So thoughts alone don't contribute to our frequency because thoughts are just thoughts. They're nothing without emotion. The universe's language is emotion and is how we feel. For an example, you only need to be traumatized once in your life for it to have a lasting effect on you. The same applies with the opposite. You only need to feel intense emotion once for the desired reality you want to create to be more embodied in that and feel like you're operating as that version of yourself now. So try to filter your thoughts and only entertain thoughts that make you feel really excited, really abundant, and really like the version of yourself who already is in your desired reality. The third component part of frequency is our perception. So our perception is how we perceive events that happen in our life. So I love this quote again. The only meaning that anything has in life is the meaning that we give and the meaning that we apply to it. Sorry guys, I was like, what? Sorry guys, I was like, what? I think there's a man up here about to climb up and clean the windows, but we'll let him at it. We'll let him at it. But our perception is the lens through which we see reality. So again, the only meaning that anything has in life is the meaning that we give to it and the meaning that we apply to it. So the same thing could happen to two people, and two people could take very different meanings from that event. For example, I love to use the sales call analogy. One person might not close a sales call and their perception is that they're shit at sales, they're not cut out for this, they should go back and get a corporate job. Another person could not close a sales call and they could have the perception that, oh, that's perfect, just need to take 2 more sales calls and I'm going to get my next sale. So perception is everything because that's going to dictate how we're feeling. So make sure how you're perceiving things, again, is productive to creating the reality you want. The fourth thing, and this is huge, it's our reactions. It's how you respond to things that happen in your life. When things come up in your life that are not what you want, it's like a test almost. It's always like testing your level of consciousness. Are you going to react as the old version of yourself, or are you going to respond as the desired version of yourself? Example would be a client leaving. A client could leave and you could emotionally spiral and you can react, and then you can just go right back to your old identity, or you can choose a different response and you can come from an abundant place and say, that means I've done my job, that's perfect, I got a result, I'm really happy, and you can come at it from a neutral perspective. So you need to really be careful of how you are reacting to adversity and things going somewhat wrong in your life. 5 is your focus. It's what you're consistently placing your attention on. Where your attention goes will be magnified. If you're constantly placing attention on what you don't have, on the lack of things, on what you don't want, that is going to be what keeps getting magnified in your life. Whereas if you're placing your attention on what you already have, the abundance of everything, that is what's going to be magnified in your life. And the best way to do this is gratitude. It's again, making gratitude a number one priority every single day is to already be grateful for what you have in your life, and that the universe will magnify that and more will keep coming into your life. Again, if you can't be grateful for what you currently have, you won't be grateful when you have more. So gratitude is a very important practice to start from day one. At the end of every single group call on a Tuesday, me and my clients all go around and we do gratitude every single week because we understand the importance of this. 6th is conviction. Conviction is absolute knowing. And where I see people go wrong with this is they believe. Believe is not that strong. You don't believe that when you flick the light switch on, it's going to turn on. You don't believe that. You know that to be an absolute fact. So believing something isn't good enough. You have to know it with every cell of your being that you will get to where you want to be and where you want to go. That level of conviction, that will get you whatever you want in life. And then 7 is expectation. You will always get what feels normal to you. That's why, again, we practice visualization, because when you can visualize feeling and living as if you're already making 10K a month, that's going to feel normal to you. So that's what you're going to create. Whereas if 10K feels like this foreign goal that is served for only very few people in the population, and it's very foreign and very humongous, you're never going to get there because it doesn't feel normal for you. And even if you do get there, you'll self-sabotage to bring you back to the level you're comfortable feeling, which could be 2K or 3K. So they're the 7 component parts that make up your frequency. And when you can nail all 7 parts to be in alignment with the reality you want to create, you will be a magnet to get what you want. The third part of being an absolutely magnetic person is being the source of what you want. If you want more money in your life, be the source of money. Tip your barista, donate to a charity. Be the source of what you want and you will get more. Because when you're giving, you put yourself in a state of abundance. It's not, the universe isn't transactional. That's not what I mean, by the way, because some people give from this energy. It's like giving with expectation of return. That defeats the purpose. The universe, again, the universe's language is how you feel. So if you feel like you're, again, just doing something for the sake of doing it, that's not going to contribute to helping you get to where you want to go. You need to do it and give and be the source from a place of abundance and a place of giving and a place of actually feeling good. And the way I always do this personally, I get my clients to do, is think of the income goal you're looking to hit at the moment. So if you're looking to hit €10,000 this month, or you're looking to hit €20,000 this month, I want you to ask yourself, how many zeros do I have to take off till I get to the point of what I can afford to give? So say right now, if you're looking to make €10,000 a month, okay, can I afford to give 1,000 at the minute? Probably not. Can I afford to give 100 at the minute? Maybe not, probably not right now. Can I afford to give 10 at the minute? Perfect. Or again, similar to that, if you do that again and you're like, can I afford to give 10,000 a minute? Absolutely not. 1,000 a minute? No, but can I afford to give 100? Yes, I'm going to give 100 away this month to charities and something that's meaningful to me. So keep taking zeros off till you reach a point where you can actually afford to give that sum of money away. And when you're the source for what you want, you will get it so much faster. Say if you're right now, you're craving appreciation and you're craving more love, be the source of love and appreciation. Go give love to people, show love to people, show appreciation to people, and that will come back to you always. And the fourth and final step to being the most magnetic version of yourself is calmness. The calmer you are and the calmer state you operate in, the more magnetic you are. The most magnetic people are the most neutral people. They don't, again, it comes back to your reactions. They don't have these huge emotional reactions to things going wrong. Or also, just as much, they don't have huge emotional reactions to things going right. because that creates excess potential. This is something I learned relatively recently in the last year as well. If you close a sales call and you're absolutely bouncing off the wall, screaming, buzzing, calling your mate, and like, yo boys, we just closed a sales call, that is creating excess potential, and that's not calmness, that's not neutrality, and that's not magnetic. Because when you do that, that means when you don't close a sales call, you're going to have the same level of an emotional reaction downwards. So the goal is, whether it's really good or really bad, whatever is going on in your life, you want to stay as neutral and as grounded as possible. That middle ground, that calmness, that state of neutrality is the most magnetic frequency. And there's 3 main steps to help you be in that neutral ground. Step 1, and it's my absolute non-negotiable, meditate every single day. I meditate 3 times a day. It's the most productive thing you can do. When you put yourself in a meditative state, your mind is so clear. And when you're doing that and you're also feeling as if you already achieved your goals, your intuition is going to get you there so much faster. You're going to be so clear on the actions you need to take. And you're not just doing work for the sake of doing work, you're way more intentional with your inputs. And it's actually less is more in that sense as well. You could do less, but get far greater return on the work you do when you're in the right headspace. So I personally meditate 3 times a day. Once in the morning before I start my work, once in the afternoon before I start my second work block, and then once in the evening time at some point. And that's increasing your capacity to deal with things going wrong during your day as well. Once you meditate, your capacity is literally going to be 10x it would be before you meditate in terms of things going wrong and how you respond to those things and stay in that state of neutrality and calmness. The second step, then, you just have to train your brain to do this. When something happens, respond instead of react. So anytime anything happens in your 3D world, in your reality, take a breath, consciously decide, how am I responding to this right now, instead of just automatically going into reacting. And the third step is regulating your nervous system. So like whether it's going for a walk, sea swims, a gym session, whatever it may be, making a conscious effort to do something for yourself every single day to be in a state of regulation. Really hope you got so much value from this video. If you want to learn more about working one-to-one with me and how it can help you achieve all of your income goals, DM me LFG on Instagram, we'll chat there. Hope you have an amazing week, and I'll see you next week.